Get ready. It's time for a well-deserved break, Pittsburgh, with Heather Abraham and David Highfield from the KDKA TV studios. It's Pittsburgh Today Live.
I don't know about a burn. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Do you know when you get nervous? I'm just wondering, what kind of feelings do you get when you get nervous?
Like butterflies or something.
Butterflies.
You
don't describe it as almost like a stomach burn? Like
no. There might be something wrong with you, Heather.
No, it's not. No, you can get. All right. You know what? Never mind. Forget it. I had this immediate feeling of like, I got nervous. I've done this before, but I got nervous all of a sudden.
Did you get nervous because you left your buzzer behind?
That's what it was.
We're going to explain why we have these later on, and we're excited about it.
Way too excited about that.
All right, it is Wednesday, and we want to start with something that'll make you smile. So it's a video that we just absolutely love. Two brothers playing basketball, and one of them makes a fantastic shot, and just look at the thrill of this.
Slow motion.
I love the slow motion part of it.
Slow-mo.
And then the sound it makes, whatever. So anyway, this is on LinkedIn. Tammy Young posted this, and we love it. So we just wanted to share it with you.
I enjoy this so much. Can I tell you, as a parent, this is like the only thing I want for my kids is for them to be friends and to celebrate each other and like this.
Yes,
that's what you want for your kids.
He's so happy for his brother.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what you want.
And
that's
that was a great shot that someone captured. So, all right. So it's not only Wednesday; it is also 11/11, which is Veterans Day.
Yeah, and it's a day to pause, to remember, to honor the men and the women who put their lives on the line for our country.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we want to highlight one veteran in particular. He's 102 years old. So Joe Zembicki of Scott Township is probably the oldest living veteran in our area. And we have featured him on PTL before when he turned merely 100. Now he's 102 and he's going strong.
Aww.
So he served in World War II guarding General Patton's plane.
Isn't that it's just insane to hear,
to think about, yeah. So he was wounded twice in combat, and then he moved to guarding the plane, landed in Normandy, won a Purple Heart, and many other medals. He's still living on his own with some help, and he is truly a member of the greatest generation, and we just want to thank him for his service.
It's amazing to hear his stories. I mean, it really is truly moving. But we know a lot of people who serve our country go on to serve our communities. There's so many veterans who are in EMT roles, police officers, firefighters, and I want to take a little bit of time and celebrate and recognize my husband and the guys that he works with over at Station 17. They're all veterans.
So this is a picture from this morning. And there's Frankie in the middle.
Yep. So we have I'm trying to think if you're watching this from home, from left to right, we have Matt Roll, Adam Kuhn, Mike Rawl, Frankie, Kevin Murphy, Lieutenant Jim McGinley, and Captain Pat Shaw. They served in the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines.
Well, and that's what's striking. Like, it's kind of in their DNA,
right?
Not only to serve our country, but then serve their community later on. So we want to say thank you to all of them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that guy in the middle, too.
And coming up, we're going to meet another amazing man known as the Bugler for playing taps to honor and remember vets over the past 50 years. So stay with us for that because he's going to play a little bit for us. And it's a really great story,
It is. We're looking forward to that. All right. So in general, I think we can say a lot of us are feeling stressed.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Anxiety.
Heather's apparently feeling a burning feeling in his stomach.
No, but listen, it's gone. The feeling is gone now because
Ron went and got your buzzer for you, so you're prepared for the show.
I feel better now. Thank you, Ron.
But I mean, between the election and coronavirus, and everyone could feel a little stressed out, I think, right now.
Well, our way of life is no more.
Everything has been uprooted.
Everything has been uprooted.
With the coronavirus in particular.
I mean, most of us can't stand a little bit of change, let alone all of this.
I don't like change.
No one does.
So anyhow, why not give a cow a hug? Apparently, this is a way to reduce stress. This started in the Netherlands, but the video or the pictures that you're seeing right here is from an animal sanctuary in Arizona, and they offer this. Like, you can sign up for sessions where you just have a cow hugging session. So this is Amy's Farm Animal Sanctuary. It's supposed to be a stress buster, kind of like goat yoga. Remember when we had Selena go do the goat yoga?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. The sessions happen after the cows have eaten dinner because that's the time of day where they're most receptive to physical contact.
After they've had a good meal.
After they've had a good meal. And if you would like to hug a cow, you will have to wait a few months because this is so popular. The sessions are booked up until February.
I'm trying to.
But you know what? I mean, there might be something to it.
Why am I so stuck on? They're more. They like contact after they've had a big meal. Like, that's why.
I think if I read this right, I think it's because it takes a lot of energy to digest for them, so they're more likely to be docile during that time, perhaps. Okay. I don't know. I mean, cows in general are kind of friendly, aren't they?
Yeah, come over here and give me a hug. I'm digesting my food.
Right.
I feel great.
Seti, we like to tell you what's going on, and apparently that's happening now.
Well, this story, if you're a cow lover, you may like this next story. If you like burgers, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we'll just tell you the story. Okay, so McDonald's has come out. They're following this trend to develop a plant-based burger. Although I don't know about the name of it yet. I feel like this needs to go through some testing. It's called McPlant.
Right. Now, you were saying what would be better?
Just call it McPatty. I don't know. Plant seems like a chemical plant. That's what I think of. I don't think of plant like a plant on the table.
Well, they're still testing this out, so maybe there's time to change the name.
Yeah.
But a company called Beyond Meat helped them create this, and they started testing it in Canada, because I'm telling you, Canada gets things first. I have said this for a while. But if everything goes well, the company says it could eventually have not only plant-based burgers, but plant-based chicken sandwiches and breakfast sandwiches as well. And so it's kind of the latest fast food chain that has started doing this, and who knows, maybe at that point enough people try it and maybe it'll pick up momentum.
I had such an interesting, it was really one of the most interesting conversations I've ever had with the folks from the Culinary Institute of America and some local chefs here in the Pittsburgh area.
Right.
And it was all centered around kind of the future of what we eat and how we can sustain things and plant-based products.
Right.
So it's really fascinating what's happening, and I think it's going to take bigger chains, bigger restaurants
to step up and offer this, and then it will be available to the masses and more people will get to try it out.
Apparently cows produce a lot of methane. Not good for them.
Okay. Well.
Just saying. So, anyways, on that note,
I'm just not gonna touch that.
Let's talk about biscuits, shall we?
So it's my favorite part of going to Red Lobster, and maybe yours too.
I don't like seafood, but I love the biscuits.
The Cheddar Bay biscuits that they give you in the beginning. I love this.
Yeah.
I remember I don't know that I've been to the Red Lobster. What I'm calling it, the Red Lobster.
The Facebook.
I've been there. I've been there. Like I was there with my cousin Sue once. I was there with Ian, one of our photographers, once. But I remember the biscuits really well. And now they have launched this thing for the holidays. It's a limited edition Cheddar Bay biscuit gift box. So you can get a half dozen of these cheesy treats available starting next Monday.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I know
Order
what I'm
online.
getting you for Christmas now.
Cheddar Bay biscuits from the Red Lobster.
Now, I saw this other story circulating on social media yesterday, and I'm not going to lie. When I saw the picture, I stopped. Krispy Kreme, moving past their pumpkin spice. They have something else for fall. Their caramel glazed donuts. And when you see this video, it does make you pause for a second, right?
Oh, yeah, it would make me stop, too, if I were scrolling, because, it looks good.
It looks good. So it's a limited edition collection. It's their glazed donut covered in a caramel glaze.
But I wonder if pumpkin spice, do you think enough people have just sort of had it with pumpkin spice, and now they're looking, because clearly Krispy Kreme has come up with, a new fall flavor. I wonder whether pumpkin spice, it's reached its peak, and now it's going to go.
I think that there are two groups of people.
Tell me more.
There are people who don't like pumpkin spice, and there are people who love pumpkin spice.
There are people who love pumpkin spice, but I wonder if even they are tired of it.
I know a lot of the coffee shops that have their, very popular drinks are now switching to peppermint. So they've moved on.
So the seasons are changing. They're looking towards Christmas.
When you introduce pumpkin spice in August, that's what you get.
That's true, because that's really early.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we, of course, have been talking about all the changes because of COVID.
Yeah.
And one of them is any way that there can be sort of delivery of items where a person doesn't have to be involved. So we want to show you what's happening at this cafe chain in Russia. So they have come up with this robot you're seeing from inside the robot right now that delivers food to patrons there. But this robot is made to kind of look like a cat, and it meows whenever it's patted. And apparently it's helping the waiters. And the idea is it can like do contactless service, and it can find its way between the tables, and they sterilize it every 2 hours.
Pre-COVID, do you remember some hotels were coming out with something like this? I saw a couple of hotels in New York had something similar to this, where they would come to your hotel
kind of remember
room,
this.
you know, with some of the, maybe if you ordered room service or something like that, they would come to your room. So,
And it would just like pull up in front of your door and go beep beep.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if it beeped.
I like to think that it would, because I think that would make it more interesting.
All right, and then we got to show you this too. There's a robot to help you put in your contacts. Now, let me tell you, I had trouble with this when I was 14, but not so much as an adult.
Oh, I have trouble. I have trouble
Do you
getting
really?
them out.
You
I have
do?
soft contact lenses, and I have trouble getting them out of I have trouble if I open the oven door to take something out, then I have trouble taking my contacts out later that
Like
night.
the dry air from
I
the
assume
oven?
it's the dry air, or I'm actually melting the contacts on my eyeballs. I don't know what's happening, but I have trouble getting them back out sometimes at night. So this intrigues me.
Okay, do we have the video to share? Okay, so this is like a suction or something to help
Yeah, this
you.
is the suction part of it. Like, this is not the actual robot, but this is the suction thing that they use attached to the robot. And apparently you give the robot a voice command, and you can watch on like this screen, and it will use the suction thing to put the contact lens in and then take it out again. And they've been using this, they've been testing it with elderly folks and also people who have dexterity problems.
Oh yeah,
And
smart.
so, yeah, so it's a way of being able to do this, and you line up and wait until you're comfortable, and then you give it the go, and it gives it, gives you the contact lens.
Can I just tell you that seeing anything involving something coming close to your eye reminds me of that Alien movie, Fire in the Sky? Do you remember that? Nightmares as a child.
Okay.
I watched it way too young. Okay.
I never heard of that movie, and I'm glad I didn't,
Yes.
apparently. Well, as we said earlier, today is Veterans Day, and as we say thanks to those who bravely served our country, we also want to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to go live to Mikey Hood at a warehouse full of care packages ready to ship out to troops who are serving right now. It is a big operation, and we're going to tell you who's behind it coming up.
Plus, Thanksgiving is almost here, and Raina is helping us get ready with dishes that work for a small group this year. Get ready for those recipes ahead.
Plus, after record-setting heat, temperatures are dropping. Ron's even saying we may see snow next week.
don't
I was
believe
shocked
it.
when he said that word. So anyway, it is time to get your house ready for winter, and we will run down a checklist of outdoor chores that's coming up.
Speaking of the weather, Ron has our forecast on this Wednesday, the 11th day of the 11th month, Veterans Day 2020. You're watching PTL, and we'll be right back.